Welcome to this session called How Can We Develop AI Literacy for Learners? AI literacy is quickly becoming an essential skill for navigating both education and the workplace. In this session, we'll explore how educators can help learners build the confidence and critical skills they need to engage with AI effectively and responsibly. In this session, we'll focus on strategies to build AI literacy among learners, preparing them to navigate an AI-driven world responsibly and effectively. We'll start by exploring what AI and generative AI are. Next, we'll discuss why developing AI literacy is essential, not just for academic success, but also for future career readiness. Finally, we'll look at some practical, hands-on activities designed to help students engage with AI in meaningful ways, encouraging responsible and thoughtful use. Let's start by clarifying what we mean by artificial intelligence and generative AI. Artificial intelligence refers to machines or software that perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence, like problem-solving or decision-making, especially when the machine learns how to do those tasks from data. Generative AI is a specific type of AI that takes this a step further. It creates new content, whether that's text, images, audio, or even videos, based on the prompts or instructions it's given. It's this capability to generate something entirely new that makes it so exciting for education and creativity, but also raises important questions about its responsible use. When considering AI literacy, recently the focus has been on generative AI and its impact on teaching, learning, and assessment. We should consider AI literacy in a broader context, helping students grasp AI's bigger picture. For instance, to have an understanding how AI integrates into many digital tools. Then to understand that generative AI creates content like text, images, audio, and video based on user prompts. When we think about AI as a whole, it's important to understand the different types that exist and how generative AI fits within the broader landscape. This slide highlights some key types of AI, not specific platforms, but the categories of AI technologies. For example, forecasting and predictions, where AI analyses data to predict trends, like student progress or changes in financial markets. Then there are recommendation systems, which help users discover content. This could be through collaborative filtering, like what do people with similar preferences enjoy? Or content-based filtering, which is more about finding similar items based on your preferences. Next, we have anomaly detection models, often used to spot unusual patterns, like fraud detection. This can also include computer vision models, which recognize images or faces. And finally, we have generative AI models, like large language models, that generate text in response to questions, or tools that create images based on prompts or descriptions. These are just a few examples, but I wanted to show how broad AI can be and how it's about more than just one specific tool or use case. AI literacy is quickly becoming an essential skill for learners. As AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives and workplaces, understanding how to use it effectively and responsibly is vital. It's not just about knowing how AI works, but also about being able to critically evaluate its outputs, navigate its limitations, and leverage its potential to support learning and problem solving. By developing AI literacy, learners are better prepared for the challenges and opportunities. If you've attended one of our AI literacy training webinars before or watched a recording, you might recognize these principles. If not, they are a set of guidelines developed collaboratively by Jisc and the Association of Colleges to guide the sector in working responsibly with AI. I'd like to highlight this session. We will be focusing on Principle 2, which emphasizes supporting learners in developing the skills they need for appropriate and effective use of AI, both in their studies and in preparing for an AI-enabled future. And Principle 4, which focuses on preserving academic integrity while ensuring learners develop essential AI skills responsibly. Students are increasingly using AI in more advanced ways. We wanted to understand their views on generative AI. Last year, we spoke with over 200 students about their experiences with AI tools and published a report titled Student Perceptions of Generative AI. We found a wide spectrum of use, ranging from research and concept exploration to more advanced applications like co-creating content or structuring assignments. This slide illustrates a scale of how generative AI is being used. On the left, we see more acceptable uses, such as research tools or getting feedback, while on the other, there are less acceptable practices, like simply pasting a question and submitting the generated response. The key takeaway here is that students are already engaging with AI, so it's crucial for us to ensure they have the AI literacy skills needed to use these tools responsibly and effectively. Thinking about where to start with AI literacy for learners, I thought it would be useful to look at some frameworks. UNESCO has developed an AI competency framework for students. It equips them with the knowledge and skills to engage with AI responsibly and ethically. The framework is built around 12 core competencies across 4 key areas: human-centered mindset, ethics, AI techniques, and system design. It progresses through 3 levels: understand, apply, and create. This framework aims to prepare students to become both responsible users and creative innovators in an AI-driven world. Earlier this year, we worked with volunteers from further education. We formed a working group to explore essential knowledge for generative AI literacy. The focus was deliberate on generative AI given its immediate impact. The group identified a 4-step approach: how it works, how to use it responsibly, and how to check it. This framework provides a practical path for embedding generative AI literacy into learning. This step-by-step approach ensures learners are equipped to engage with generative AI effectively and ethically. We will look at some ideas how to develop learners' AI literacy later on. Now that we've looked at some suggested frameworks, I think it's useful to explore why developing AI literacy for learners and students is so important. Thinking about skills needed for the future, are we truly preparing our students with the cognitive, motivational, and social-based skills they'll need? As one global thought leader said, workers will need to constantly gain new skills throughout their work life. In fact, 82% of leaders believe employees will need new skills to adapt to the rise of AI. Key skills like analytical judgment, flexibility, and emotional intelligence are being highlighted as essential for an AI-powered future. Zahidi points out, there's more of a focus and an interest in having people with analytical thinking, people with creativity. Leadership and the ability to work with others will also play a big role in driving innovation and getting things done in the workplace. Humans will need to excel at what AI can't, things like creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration. This is about preparing our students to be adaptable for the workplace. As we look towards 2030, it's estimated that between 10 to 30% of jobs could be automated by AI. But the impact isn't evenly spread. Industries like finance and information services are likely to see bigger changes compared to others. This highlights a critical need to rethink the skills our students will need. It's not just about technical abilities, but also adaptability, creativity, and problem solving. Let's think about the generative AI skills learners will need as they prepare to enter the workplace. The potential for AI to reshape industries is enormous. As highlighted in a McKinsey podcast, the labour market is shifting, emphasising the importance of upskilling, reskilling, and training to empower the global workforce. Similarly, McKinsey Quarterly points out that generative AI can enhance productivity across industries, changing the way nearly everyone works. Employment is changing so quickly with the rise of AI and automation. We're seeing automation replace certain jobs, but at the same time it's creating new opportunities. This shift is especially important for young people stepping into their first jobs because the skills and roles they'll need are evolving. Employability skills like critical thinking, creativity, and digital literacy are more crucial than ever. And recruitment is changing too. Employers are using AI to screen and select candidates, so students will need to be comfortable navigating these technologies throughout their careers. Equipping learners with the right competencies is essential. Human skills like critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, leadership, and resilience are vital. Alongside these, we need to focus on AI-specific competencies, understanding how AI works, recognizing bias, and applying critical judgment when using AI tools. By building these human and AI-related skills, we're not just preparing learners to succeed, but empowering them to adapt and lead in an ever-evolving world. In this segment, let's explore the key topics to focus on when thinking about developing learners' AI literacy. Let's revisit the core level definition of AI literacy. We'll explore it in more detail now. Understanding how AI works is the first step in developing AI literacy. Learners should grasp the basics. AI uses data to generate outputs, and different tools have different capabilities. They also need practical knowledge, like how AI can assist with tasks such as creating revision plans, summarizing texts, or generating design ideas. It's equally important to recognize that AI isn't always reliable. Encouraging learners to critically assess AI outputs is an essential part of using these tools effectively. Moving to the second step, we focus on understanding how to use AI effectively. This includes hands-on learning with AI tools, exploring their capabilities, and developing a clear understanding of what effective AI use looks like in different contexts. By providing learners with these practical skills, they can effectively apply them in their work and studies. Now let's focus on the third step, using AI responsibly. This means understanding the ethical implications of AI, especially in areas like assessment and decision-making. Learners need to be aware of legal aspects, such as data protection and copyright, and how AI can impact sustainability. It's also essential to highlight safe practices, data security, and the importance of age-appropriate use of AI tools. By covering these topics, we ensure learners are equipped to engage with AI in a thoughtful, informed, and responsible way. Finally, we focus on understanding AI output. This step is about teaching learners how to critically evaluate the results AI produces. They need to assess the quality of the output, identify potential biases, and ensure the integrity of the information. By developing these skills, learners can confidently use AI while staying mindful of its limitations. In this segment, we will look at some ideas and activities which could help to develop learners' AI literacy. The idea here is that they develop AI literacy alongside developing other skills such as information literacy or communication skills. When designing hands-on activities for AI literacy, you could focus on three key aspects: the AI tool being used, the specific skills being developed, and what learning has taken place. Consider activities that engage learners practically, such as simulations, AI-powered tools, or interactive games, ensuring they can apply concepts in a meaningful way. This is also a perfect opportunity to develop information and digital literacy. These approaches not only make learning enjoyable, but also ensure that the knowledge and skills acquired are deeply rooted and practical. Here's an example of how we can develop learners' AI literacy. This activity focuses on critical thinking and exploring the responsible use of AI. It's about encouraging students to engage with both the positives and the challenges of AI, helping them to understand its complexities and think more deeply about its impact. For this activity, divide the class into two groups. One group will argue that AI is a positive force in society, while the other will focus on the potential risks, such as data privacy, AI bias, and job displacement. Provide each group with case studies or articles on real-world ethical issues in AI, like facial recognition concerns or biased algorithms. Finally, hold a structured debate, allowing each group to present and defend their arguments. This kind of exercise not only builds critical thinking skills, but also ensures learners are prepared to discuss ethical dilemmas in a technology-driven world. This activity helps learners see AI in their daily lives. It's a treasure hunt that uncovers AI in everyday tools and technologies. This fun approach raises awareness of AI's presence and impact. The aim is to help students identify AI in their daily lives. They will go on a scavenger hunt to spot AI examples around them. This could include things like recommendation systems in streaming services, smart assistants, or facial recognition on their devices. Once they find examples, they document them using screenshots, descriptions, or notes. Then they share their findings with the group, sparking a discussion about AI in everyday tools and technologies. This activity raises awareness and encourages learners to think critically about AI's role in their lives. This activity is a way to introduce learners to the role AI plays in decision-making across industries. Here's how it works. Students are grouped and assigned different industries like healthcare, finance, education, or retail. They explore how AI affects decision-making in their industry. For instance, in healthcare, AI might suggest treatments, or in retail, it could forecast inventory needs. Within their groups, students take on different roles: AI developers, stakeholders, or end users. They discuss the benefits, risks, and importance of human oversight in their given scenario. This encourages them to think critically about the real-world applications of AI and the challenges that come with it. Finally, the groups come together to share their insights with the class. This collaborative approach not only deepens their understanding, but also highlights how AI impacts decision-making differently, depending on the context. This activity helps learners grasp generative AI, focusing on chatbots. It teaches how chatbots operate, ways to interact with them, and methods to assess their responses critically. Here's how it works. Students are split into pairs or small groups and given access to an AI chatbot. Each group asks the chatbot questions related to a specific topic, such as history or science. They're encouraged to experiment with different ways of phrasing their questions to see how this influences the chatbot's responses. Then each group review the chatbot's responses, checking for accuracy, relevance, and quality, and talking about any gaps or problems they notice. This activity helps learners develop practical skills while understanding the strengths and limitations of generative AI. This activity is about exploring how AI tools can help process and summarize large amounts of information. It's designed to show learners the practical application of generative AI for tasks like news or research summarization. Here's how it works. Learners use an AI summarization tool like ChatGPT. They input a lengthy article or research paper into the tool and generate a summary. The AI-generated summary is then compared with a human-written version to discuss differences in accuracy, tone, and key points. This activity not only highlights AI's efficiency, but also encourages critical evaluation of its outputs. This final example helps learners assess how effective and reliable different AI tools are. For this activity, introduce learners to a range of AI tools, such as writing assistants, image generators, or speech-to-text tools. Assign a specific task like creating a short story, generating an image, or transcribing a speech. Learners then complete the task using various AI tools. Finally, they compare the outputs and assess which tool was the most effective and why, encouraging discussion on their strengths, limitations, and best use scenarios. This activity builds critical thinking skills and helps learners make informed choices about the tools they use. Let's explore the potential benefits of teaching AI literacy beyond just understanding the technology itself. In this segment, I want to highlight how AI literacy can contribute to broader skills development. We often stress the need for information literacy, teaching students to assess and use information wisely. However, this aim can sometimes lose its impact. Teaching AI literacy can also enhance learners' ability to assess content and use digital tools. AI literacy can enhance learning as a whole, not just be a separate topic. A few questions to consider. How does AI literacy connect with other key literacies like digital data and media literacy in education? How can we integrate AI literacy so that it supports and complements our main learning goals? These questions encourage us to think about incorporating AI literacy into broader learning. Now let's explore how some institutions are tackling AI literacy. We'll look at examples of both targeted initiatives, such as dedicated AI literacy web pages, and more integrated approaches where AI literacy is embedded throughout the curriculum. One example of how institutions are supporting AI literacy is through dedicated online resources. For instance, King's College London has created a comprehensive web page guiding students on generative AI. These types of resources help learners understand what AI is, how to use it responsibly, and its potential impact on their studies and future careers. In this example, we see how fashion education students at the University of Northampton have been working with generative AI. They've been using these tools as brainstorming aids during the design process, which also helps them build their own AI literacy skills. Jane Mills, Deputy Head of Subject for Fashion, has shared a guest blog about how students integrate these tools into their work. It's a fascinating look at how generative AI is not just enhancing creativity, but also supporting skill development. This example is from the University of Bath, highlighting their integration of generative AI into the natural language processing module, led by Dr. Harish Madabushi. Students explored how context impacts generative AI by inputting lecture transcripts into an AI chatbot. The activity focused on understanding how context can reduce errors and improve AI accuracy. By engaging in this practical exercise, learners deepened their comprehension of AI's capabilities, enhancing their ability to apply AI knowledge in academic and professional contexts. This initiative highlights how real-world applications can develop AI literacy effectively. This final segment focuses on the resources available to support the development of AI literacy. Last academic year, we formed a working group to determine what should be included in AI literacy resources. As a result, we developed and released resources to help learners understand, use, and assess AI. These materials focus on three main areas. Firstly, getting to understand AI, explaining foundational concepts and how AI functions. Secondly, using AI responsibly, covering ethical use, privacy, and compliance issues. Finally, using AI to support your education, practical applications of AI in learning and study. These resources are available on Jisc Explore AI webpage. When designing Section 3 using AI to support your education, we created prompting sheets filled with examples, scenarios, and sample prompts. The goal is to gradually build learners' skills while encouraging critical thinking about AI outputs. This example demonstrates how students can use AI to refine their communication skills. You can access the generative AI literacy for further education learners at a core level on our blog. Learners could then use this to self-assess their current AI literacy. This structured approach ensures learners are equipped to engage with generative AI thoughtfully and confidently. Just a reminder, this is focused on generative AI, not the bigger picture of AI. The Jisc Discovery tool now includes questions around digital skills in AI and generative AI. The Discovery tool enables learners to assess their understanding, offering a structured series of reflective questions. Upon completion, learners receive a detailed report identifying their strengths and areas for development, with links to further resources. This resource supports both staff and students in understanding their own digital capabilities. There is also a question set for staff to complete to assess their AI literacy. In summary, we've explored practical ideas, resources, and examples from institutions to illustrate how AI literacy can be developed. By integrating AI literacy into the curriculum, promoting responsible use, and providing hands-on examples, learners can build the skills necessary to navigate AI with confidence and critical awareness. To prepare students for an AI-enabled workplace, follow 3 key steps. Start by setting clear policies and guidance, so students know what responsible AI use is and where the boundaries lie. Second, blend critical thinking, creativity, and employability skills with AI literacy in the curriculum. Finally, devise a plan to provide students with hands-on AI skills, ensuring they are ready for an AI-driven future. And finally, a few questions to think about. How can you effectively support AI literacy, improve equity, and prevent avoiding over-reliance? And what else can we do to ensure students are prepared for the AI-enabled world they will be working in?